Do you want to access large language models, whether they are text generation or image generation, for free, without any registration, without any ads, without any throttling, in parallel, and you can participate yourself? Then join the AI Horde. AI Horde is community's answer to the expensive AI. This is a crowd-sourced distributed cluster of text generation and image generation worker nodes, where not only you can generate your text and images, but also if you have a GPU enabled PC, you can make it as a worker, just as a payback to the community. This whole AI horde is sort of a distributed peer-to-peer network with all the worker nodes or PCs having GPUs. A worker is a computer with usually a mid-range or higher class GPU which has installed specific software to generate images via Stable Diffusion or Cobalt AI locally, and it connects to the horde through what we call the bridge. It is constantly polling the horde for new generations and receiving kudos in return for creating them. Now you must be asking the people who are joining this network, what's in it for them? Well, look, to be honest, right now they are not getting anything out of it. Maybe they want to test out their application, they want to warm up their room productively, or they just want to share their GPUs with community. You'll be surprised to see the power of community in when it comes to open source. Just take Linux, just take all this crypto where people are just running it for the love of community, and that is true, and that is happening, and that is what I believe is happening with this AI horde, where people with spare GPU capacity, they are pulling in into this cluster and then letting other people use their nodes. How good is that? But there are few words of caution. These worker nodes have the ability to spy on your prompts or generation. So whatever you are generating with them, whatever prompt you are throwing it in them, that is not safe or secure. The worker software and bridge code on this horde is not set to allow this, by the way, but the thing is that the software resides at someone else's computer and is open source. So anyone with the know-how can modify their own code to not just see all prompts passing through, but even save all results they generate. But that doesn't mean that if you want to join that cluster, you will have any issues. I don't think so. Now, the thing is that people have already joined this node and their experiences are good. Also, most of the text model workers which I have seen on this horde so far are under 20 billion, which a lot of people with mid to high graphic cards can successfully run locally too. So if you find a model which is really big, like 120, 130 billion, 70 billion, and of course we can't run it locally, then this makes a real use case. Plus, if you want to generate images, it's very hard to install and run these models locally. So in that case, this AI Horde is good. Again, a very, very new project. So it is still evolving, it is still going around. So it is very hard to decide about this project as of now, but I think this project and similar projects to this will be evolving more and more. In this video, I'm going to show you how can you play around with it. First thing first, you can sign up with this AI Horde by just going to this website, and I will drop the link in video's description. And then from there, you can log in and sign up, and you can register your account. The good thing is that if you don't want to register, you can simply use this API key with all these zeros, and you can still able to access it, but still it is going to have some throttling. So I would suggest that at least register an account and play around with it. Also, you don't want to install any client because you can use it for image generation, for text generation, a lot of other stuff. So for that matter, you can simply go to this web client where you can generate images. So in order to generate images, as you can see, there already is a prompt. To just click on generate, and it is going to generate an images like this. And if you look at the bottom, it is telling us that 1 processing, 0 finished, and 0 waiting. And this is the image which has generated. And here you can play around with a lot of other prompts easily. For example, let me give a prompt here. So I'll just say a goofy llama. Let's click on generate. And then you see that the request is initiating at the bottom. Let's wait for it to finish. And I haven't logged in yet, by the way. One processing. So ETA is 10 seconds now. So let's wait for it to come back. There you go. At the top left, you can see there is a goofy llama. Okay. You can also do the text generation with it. And you can also check out its Grafana dashboard just to see the performance. And it is accessible from their main web page. So let's, for example, let's click on this model images here. Let's wait for it to download. And these are all the models which are present at the moment. And you can see which workers are there, what is the load on them, and their performance, if they are saturated or not. Immediately, if you go to the landing page one, you can see the landing page. And these are the workers at the moment for text. If you are interested, takes a bit of a time. And at the moment, there is no data there, but that is fine. Towards the end, let me share my thoughts. So I think very good project. Mainly, it is good for image generation, in my opinion, because if you want to do the text one, you would have to go through CLI, quite cumbersome, in my opinion. But for image generation, especially around stable diffusion, you don't have to pay for expensive services. As you saw, we can generate some images easily with a text prompt from their web interface. And of course, if you feel like it, you can share your GPU powered PC. Now, the way it works is that, for example, when an image request first comes into this AI Horde, it is passed through a private regex filter looking for combination of two contexts, underage context and lewd context. So if none of those contexts are detected in a prompt, then the prompt is allowed to pass through unaffected. So that is why it is quite good, but still it is very easy to deceive this model. So be careful. In my opinion, it is NSFW, not safe for work. So just use it for your own purposes. I don't think so it is good for the production purposes or to be used for any commercial side of things. Now, this project started as a way to consolidate resources for the Cobalt AI client. So, and as they needed a name, so they came up with something thematic for the concept of kobold, and that is why they named it a horde of kobolds. And then when they started doing image generation, then they kept the horde part. So I guess that not everyone has a power GPU in their PC, and the AI Horde allows anyone to use fast, stable diffusion and Cobalt AI, not only the ones privileged enough to be able to afford an expensive graphic card, and that is where I think this shines. So if you have a text requirement, I don't think so it makes sense. LM Studio with text model, any text model is good. For image generation, real good project. That's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you're already using it, please share your opinion. If not, then um, uh, let me know what exactly you recommend in terms of this. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, then please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.